Some of you are familiar with Phil Schneider, who worked at S4 and S5. He was a geologist who analyzed what type of equipment was needed for drilling tunnels for underground military bases. His father was an engineer who worked for the Nazis as a U-boat captain and then for the Americans after World War II. And Phil knew a lot about a variety of topics. And I remember in one of his lectures he spoke about the U.S. Cavalry in the year 1909. They were chasing a group of Mexican bandits who took shelter in a cave, and after following them into the cave, the U.S. Cavalry found a series of what they called horseshoe craft or horseshoe-shaped aircraft, and they also saw what they called little gray demons. In his lectures, Phil also spoke about the stealth bombers, how expensive they were, and how the U.S. military turned to what they called the black budget to further finance these B-2 stealth bomber projects. And Phil said that the military would be involved with illegal arms and drug deals to do this. Those of you who are familiar with my reports will also know that the CIA also involves themselves in satanic rituals, snuff films, and murder shows where rich members of the establishment pay huge amounts of money to see people, mainly homeless people and children, killed in gruesome ways. As you know, our sick American culture is fascinated with slasher movies, where you pay to watch a serial killer chase around and hack up usually young teenage kids at a summer camp, for example. The quote-unquote elite will want to see more than just a fictional movie, and they will pay large sums of money to see snuff films and murder shows live. So through drug dealing, pornography, snuff films, prostitution, murder shows, they all go hand in hand to bankroll your U.S. military corporation so they could spend billions of dollars fucking around for 5 decades trying to design a black triangle aircraft that they basically have no idea about. The only thing that they know is that their alien buddies fly around in them, and the military and elite don't care how many children have to die in order for them to develop a stealth prototype. Because once they actually get one to work, they're just going to use it to go drop nuclear weapons on Russia and the third world anyway. So when Rich Hall gets up and tells you that the military gets intelligence where a UFO will be so they could go and fire electromagnetic energy weapons at it and protect you all, understand that this is a huge lie and a big joke for everybody in the know. Because the CIA worships the aliens, they don't attack them at all. In fact, they cover up and lie about all activity concerning the aliens, and all reports or videos of the military shooting energy weapons at the UFOs is a big act. Richard Hall even will state that a team comprised of military personnel from the United States, from Germany, and England will go around looking for UFOs to attack. And at one location, a man and woman were abducted from their car, killed, drained of blood, and mutilated, having their genitals cut off. And the military just happened to be in the area fighting a UFO. When people are abducted and found killed in gruesome ways, it's due to a satanic ritual done by the militaries of the world, who often work together under the Vatican system that worships these aliens and will torture and murder people for money and power. So let's talk about the black triangle craft, which are Drak spacecraft. The Draks have all sorts of aircraft, including these black triangular spacecraft. If you see them in the daytime sky, they will appear black because they are black. The U.S. military copied what they saw and painted their B-2 stealth bombers with a dark anti-reflective paint because it blends well into the sky. If you see the black triangular craft at night, they're the same color obviously, but they will have hundreds of lights along the sides of the aircraft. So when they materialize into the visible light spectrum, they will not crash into each other because there are quite a few up there. As you should know, the Draks and Greys are anxious to make Earth their new home planet, and the Vatican CIA continues to go to every extreme to make that possible. Unlike what Richard Hall will tell you, the alien triangle craft do not need a crystal coating that allows them to change colors to camouflage themselves. They simply dematerialize using zero-point energy technologies. The Draks and Greys do not have as sophisticated zero-point systems as the Pleiadians have, but they have something close which reduces the mass of the spacecraft until it is no longer physical matter. Like I said, the Greys have quite a few different styles of spacecraft, and I will tell you about some of the aircraft that I have seen that you don't always hear about. One craft that I saw resembled an oval, or more like a giant BB from a BB gun. It was very large, a gray color, and was spraying a chemtrail in the year 2008 or 2009. There was heavy spraying in the sky that day, and the sky was covered with chemtrails and clouds. I looked up to observe the chemtrails being sprayed, and I saw this strange oval-shaped craft cruising along the sky spraying a chemtrail. What accompanies the black triangle craft, and which may be something of the same thing, are the black diamonds. I observed quite a few black diamond craft always hanging in a stationary position in the sky with its tip pointing straight down like this. When I saw these a few different times, it was always during the day. And after I drew one, I was looking at it from different angles, and I thought, what if this was a side view of a black triangle aircraft? The last Drak spacecraft I will describe is something of an aircraft carrier or a docking bay. It looks like a giant dumpster floating in the sky. They are not pretty. First couple times I saw them, I remarked to it as space junk, and I wondered how they kept them in the sky. They are awkward and massive looking spacecraft and are simply an oblong rectangle looking object. They are also colored black, and I've only seen these during the day. There is a large opening in the front, most likely to allow masses of black triangle craft to emerge simultaneously in attack formations.